Finally laying me down, he uses ropes. What? The fuck?
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in sunlight.
Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Love Ritual. We are here at the masquerade ball or something. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded, but I know that we're here with Seth. So you certainly can be under my guidance. You'll be among the elite of society, and more doors than you can imagine will open for you as a result. I'm sorry if you guys hear my like AC blowing, and sorry, I'm trying to adjust this mic because I feel like it's okay. There we go. Anyway, I'm sorry if you guys hear it. It's just to cool the room. And I don't want to open the window again and have an incident where someone's mowing their lawn. Of course, this will happen naturally once you're officially my wife. Is that an indirect proposal? I can't help but wonder, though it should be obvious. Isn't he moving a bit too quick? Wasn't like last night he confessed that he actually likes us or loves us? I don't remember if he said the word love, but we know he has feelings for us. Signorina Rely, what do you say we give them even more reasons to talk? I suddenly feel his fingers gripping my chin and my face being pulled to his. Our lips connect and there's a forcefulness behind it. Yet it's not uncomfortable. Holy shit, okay. Excuse me, he's moving really fast. Our lips part and he's got an imp-like streak of mischief in his eyes. My cheeks fill with color at his gaze. You're my treasure now, and I won't hesitate to show it. However, I assure you they are looking simply because you are beautiful. Don't ever doubt that. My cheeks still burn hot, but I can't really tell if it's from his words or the kiss. I can still feel the heat of his lips and mine, and I become faintly aware of the tingle down below. I had been so disoriented by his abrupt actions, I hadn't even realized I stopped dancing. However, it was only for a moment as Seth effortlessly led me, bringing me back to the flow of the dance. We glide as before, but things are different now. The tension between us is growing and our desires are being stoked the longer we stare into each other's eyes. Okay. The dance has now entered its final moments, and right on cue, Seth spins me around and firmly placing his hand behind my back. He dips me back, my back arching perfectly. The music stops, but we stay in that position, Seth staring deep into my eyes with his piercing gaze as he undresses me with his eyes. I want to turn away in embarrassment, but I can't say I dislike the way he scans my body. He wears a mischievous smile, and I become suddenly aware that his hand has slid down and moved to my butt. He lightly squeezes and gives me a suggestive grin. I had to pause for a minute, not because the music also stopped randomly when I decided to stop, but he knows we're public, right? Thousands of people. I'm overestimating thousands, but stoking me more. Well, it would seem the dance has ended. Signorina Rely quite the shame. However, that doesn't mean we have to stop dancing. I think you can understand what I'm suggesting. He leans his mouth down by my ear as though he might tease it, but instead he whispers seductively into it. Okay, I'm gonna loud whisper because I feel like my whispering in this. Well, I'm sure my mic can handle it, but you know, I think you know what I want, Rely. And if I didn't know better, I'd say you want it too. I can give you a new kind of pleasure, one that you won't soon forget. Just say the word. How about now? You just confessed your love to me yesterday, and now you want the boom booms? His words are intense, but I'm more intrigued than I have ever been before. Okay, guess we're doing it. I may not be that experienced, but I very well know what he's asking of me. Who the hell in the background is yelling in the game? And what it would mean. Yo, I could decline him. I could... Can you imagine declining him? No. I kind of want to see what this... We're going to say no, but obviously I'm going to go back. No. Seth, I'm flattered, but I don't think I'm ready for that. I'd much rather just enjoy the night dancing together with you. Would you be willing to accept that? I can be a jerk at times, but I'm not a brute. Being in your company is enough for me. Should we have the chance, there is much of us to try in the future. For now, let's dance. We look too good to not show ourselves off. I paid good money for these clothes. Okay, how do I load? I kind of forgot how to load the game. It's been a hot minute. Can I load? Is this loading? Okay, thank God. I thought I overrode it. I was like, Yes, I guess. Acting freely of my own will, I decided to take him. The no choice wasn't that bad. It wasn't horrible. I thought he was going to be really upset, but he's a gentleman, so thank God. I decided to take him up on his offer, which didn't sound so terrible. It's not like I have much time to regret it later, and tonight has been the best night I've had in a very long time. Honestly, I don't know how I should feel about him, but strangely I'm choosing to trust him. Okay. He shook. His brow raises, seemingly surprised at my quick response. At first, before I knew everything, the real Rely would say no. But my life is too short to worry about it now. I'm not the real Rely. I'm something else entirely. Really? He looks at me confused, almost as if he expected a different answer to come from me. I nod, giving him a long and sure stare. Even after finding out he hasn't treated me differently. In fact, he has been treating me more kindly than he did when we first met. And for some reason, it made me want to say yes to his request. Giving him more of a clear answer, I lean in, giving him a quick peck on the lips. Yes, really. Without hesitation, he quickly uses his weight, pinning me against the wall. He grabs— Hey! Not in public! What the hell? He grabs my wrists, bringing them above my head, and leans into a deep kiss that lasts longer than I can hold my breath for. Oh god, please don't be too crazy looking, where I had to cover the whole screen. Once parting our lips, he gives me a mischievous grin, whisking me upstairs to the bedroom, throwing me playfully down onto the bed. Okay. Assuming there's no CGR for this. He grabs my thighs and pulls me closer to him, helping me take off my clothing between each kiss. Oh, there is CGR for this. Why did I expect anything less? Finally laying me down, he uses ropes. What? The fuck? He uses ropes binding my hands to my sides, curving my breasts and fashioning more between my thighs, holding me in place. He kisses my neck and then nibbles on the nape of it slightly with his teeth. Comfortable. Yeah, as comfortable as you can be with ropes. He leans over me, giving me a teasing gaze, which made it harder for me to look him in the eyes out of embarrassment. I could tell he was thoroughly enjoying my inexperience and the compromising position I let him put me in. He gently moves a strand of my hair behind my ear before asking me, do I need to loosen them? Are you into this stuff, Seth? How many girls have you been with? Questions? No, I'm just not used to this. Should I expect whips and chains? I didn't have much time to prepare for any of that. But if you would like, I could spank and choke you. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm Gucci. You're joking, right? Yes, completely. Yeah, I don't believe any of that because he has ropes. Seth, don't joke with me right now. This is embarrassing already and I don't know anything about this. You could say almost anything and I would be inclined to believe you. He leans— oh shoot, this is gonna be real hard to edit because like they just zoomed in on a very demonetized part. He leans closer to me, giving another mocking grin. Why not? It's fun to see you squirm a little. I give him a hard look, which makes him chuckle under his breath. He again kisses me softly, guiding my head and positioning properly and comfortably before he stands up and begins to disrobe himself. Seeing you're not used to this, I will spare you of the slightly riskier techniques. Oh, thanks. If you ever want to take a break, all you need to say is please stop. Master? Yo, this is PTSD with the whole master shit. Didn't dude, what's his name? Toma? Didn't Toma also say master, or was it some other game? I don't know. It's another game with the same word. And I will. Sure. If you want me to do something or need me to do something, all you need is to all you need then to, wait. I'm getting too flustered. All you then need to say is please, master. I'm not saying any of that. That's super embarrassing. I was already in a compromising position. I wasn't about to make it even worse by calling him that. My face turned a bright shade of red as I could feel my body overheat from humiliation and weirdly desire. He hadn't done much yet, but I felt my toes slightly begin to fidget and my breathing becomes heavier, my body slowly building up to him and wanting him to touch every inch. He drops his shirt. I don't think it's mostly covering Rely. Editing me will have to do. He drops his shirt and begins to unbuckle his belt, letting it fall beside the bed. Then he stares at me, seeing the clear staring I was doing. He finally sits down and begins to run his cold, soft fingers on my body, causing my skin to shiver with pleasure. I wasn't sure if I read that right. If you decide halfway you want to leave, the safe word is flounder. What the fuck? Not giving me much of a chance to respond or having little one to having little one to respond. He towers over my unmoving body, however, shift back and forth with a hunger for him to continue. He lowers his lips onto mine. What changed, his arm? And we begin to kiss intensely, having my eyes flutter shut, and finally my body releases with happiness when he indulges me. His fingers gently curves my breast, slowly going down my stomach into my privates. However, he stops before getting there, only teasing me even more than he already has. Kissing me one last time on the lips, he begins to lower himself. I thought the art was going to change again. Kissing my neck, then collarbone, then the cleavage of my breast, and finally placing his lips around my nipple. He uses his tongue to massage the edges, causing me to curl in delight. I bite my lower lip as my eyes roll back, and I couldn't help but let out a soft, clear moan. I don't want to, like, say these words, because I don't want someone to clip all my words. So, Seth, you know? I panicked and I could feel him bring my body closer to his as I moaned his name. I could feel my privates tingle when he began using his teeth grazing my nipples. Please. I beg, however, he can only continue to tease me, playing with me so that I could finally give in to his demands. Motherfucker wants you to say master. I don't know what stuff you be doing, Seth, on the down low, but okay. I really do not like the word master. So, it just sounds so demonic to me. At that moment, I could feel his body shift over mine, bringing his fingers in between my thighs, making me exhale. He softly begins to rub it, but then brings more pleasure and vigor with each passing moment, exciting me even more, causing me to slowly become wet with yearning. Doing great, Seth. Shudder, having my fingers curl and wiggle within my bindings, unable to move anymore, but a few inches from me. Even before I could beg him to, he answers my inner thoughts and brings his fingers even lower, inserting them into my privates. I open my mouth, unable to keep quiet. I exhale heavily, causing a soft noise. Excuse me, which makes him laugh under his breath. He begins to pleasure me, no longer taking his time to tease or play with me. Homeboy's sweating. He kissed my lower stomach, and I could begin to see a different look come from him. He didn't want to play games anymore, and neither did I. Seth, I'm going to... He quickened his pace, making me fidget in place, not allowing me much composure. Our breaks causing me to begin sweating. He began using his tongue, still gliding his fingers in and out, massaging my privates until I could no longer keep it in. I vibrated in relief, arching my back, causing the ropes to tighten around me, readying to orgasm. But then he pulled away. Cucked my girl. I shudder in pure disappointment, but utterly craving for more. I went for him to continue. Seth, don't stop, please. Yep, figured, you know the rules for lie. This guy really loves to be in power. His voice overpowered me completely, however, it was different and less soft like before. This time his reply sounded husky, like he too was unable to hold the game for much longer. I closed my fingers into a fist, knowing he was getting more excited by my suffering. I really hope you're Kala, Seth. Shenrei is a bit sweeter. I mean, I don't mind this route with the Kala Seth because it shows a different type of, I guess, sex. Because usually, you know, not even most otome games, some don't even have this rated 18 part. But most of them are all like sweet and soft and cute. And then this one is more like in the dark. Like, you know, oh, you can't do that. That's a no-no. But it's fine. People do this in real life, I'm sure. I closed my eyes into the fist, knowing he was getting more excited by my suffering. Blah 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 blah. I no longer cared about the humiliation, only of how he was making me feel. Rely. He said my name once again, as if begging me to say it. His shoulders and chest pronounced as they raised and lowered from each heavy breath coming from him. My face brightened and heated as I whispered. Okay, I guess I'll whisper. Please, master. Please, Seth. Sir. Thank you. My body shifting as he towers himself over me. He begins to untie my legs free of their restraints. Quickly and roughly lowering his pants already erect. What? His pants already erect and ready, pulls me quickly, wrapping my free legs around his waist, and adjusting himself, he slides himself in, allowing our bodies to be closer than ever before. He moans, matching my own heavy breaths, only taking a second for me to relax around him until he begins to slowly slide in and out of me. He starts out slow, but then he begins to pick up speed, pushing himself deeper and deeper inside me. I should probably have a disclaimer in the beginning of this video. It keeps the rhythm going for some time, having this sensation begin to build up inside both of us. His body buckles, letting out a moan and having his head fall into the nape of my neck and his chest pressed up against my breast as it continues sliding back. There's like no commas or anything, so your girl has to like read this all at once and a foot slower so not to overdo it too fast. He kisses my neck, holding me in his arms, using his hands to keep my thighs properly spread. I could feel his fingers run down my legs each time he pushed softly into me. At that moment, I feel a wave of pleasure rush over my body, causing me to cry out in utter orgasmic bliss. Even though I couldn't handle the pleasure anymore, he continued until he no longer could, climaxing into one last passionate push. In me? My guy? I mean, I know I'm gonna die soon, but let's use protection still. Jesus. He laid on top of me with the both of us breathing heavily, unable to move. He softly kisses my neck before nibbling on my ear. My arms and body began to feel numb from the ropes, which he helped me out of shortly after he took a moment to rest. Now you're free. Where the hell? Were we in our hotel room, please? He tossed the ropes to the side of the bed and lay down, letting me stretch. I get up, sitting on the bedside with my back to him as he rested on his chest. I wiggled toes and fingers, feeling the sweet release of freedom, and I can't help but smile to myself. Why are you smiling like that? Like what? Can I smile when I'm happy? People smile for any reason, it's to be expected. It's just, I have never done anything like this before, not even a little. I've never gone to fancy parties, to beautiful costumes, and I've never done anything like that with anyone truthfully. I was always thinking about work and never had time for sleeping around and parties. So who knew that finding out that I was a spirit was the push I needed to actually do something selfish in my life, even if it meant I didn't have long to live. I wiggled toes. Oh wait, why did it repeat itself? I'm assuming there was supposed to be different dialogue there. I don't know if she's already updated the fixes and bugs, but your girl didn't update, so I got a bug game, okay? Don't judge, I'm just too lazy. Well, if I am to be honest, I see very little charm in parties, which attracts some of the cattiest characters I've met. I do, however, find the view after it be quite breathtaking. I could feel my cheeks flush and my grin only grew wider as he looks at me with a soft smile on his face. He reaches his hand out to mine, beckoning me to come to him, and I have no reason to say no. He firmly takes my chin in his hand once again, pulls my face to his. We share a kiss, passionate and hot, before finally succumbing to our exhaustion and falling asleep. I don't think my girl is gonna die. I don't think so. The morning finds us in our bed. I wake up first to Seth is still sleeping soundly. He worked quite the sweat up last night. He must have been really tired after we were done. I don't want to wake him up now. He deserves the rest. I immediately plunge into dark thoughts about my future. Maybe tonight I'll fall asleep and not wake up. Seth seems to be waking up. Ugh, Rely, I got this weird feeling that... Hey, are you alright? As he takes a better look at me, I'd wager he realized his feeling wasn't off at all. Hey, come here. Oh, he's so sweet. He embraces me. I can't believe that we're going back to that. It was only yesterday when he helped me get over this feeling, and now I'm back again. I was gonna say back at it again. You feel it again, don't you? I do, Seth, I do. Even if I don't disappear, the demon will get me. You heard the Inquisitor. It's only a possibility. This is not easy, as I am now between two uncertainties. What do you propose we do then? You name it and we'll do it. We've had a great time, I mean it, but maybe the best thing to do is get rid of this demon and let me fade away, as I was meant to. You should forget about me and move on with your life. That's easier said than done for all of those things. Do I have time? No, I don't have time. Jesus, where did the 15 minutes go? But anyway, this is where I'm gonna stop for today. I for sure had to put a disclaimer in the beginning. I mean, people younger than 18 shouldn't be watching this game anyway. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. 혼자 주저앉아 생각만 커져가 언제부터